But a lot of the discussion, particularly back here in Australia, will be surrounding the English side and, of course, their coach, Eddie Jones. Been to 2 World Cup finals, the Wallabies in 2003 and lost that here in Australia. Now this with the English. And boy, weren't the media very keen to find out, will he be ending his contract with English rugby with 2 years still to go and heading back to take the reins following Michael Cheika and the Wallabies' demise?
And yourself, do you see yourself having another 4-year project in you with
Well,
England?
I'll tell you, Nick, the only thing we're worried about now is having a few beers. And that's the only thing we will worry about. And then after we have a few beers today, we'll probably have a few more beers tomorrow. And then probably Monday. And then maybe we'll have to pull up stumps.
There you go, Eddie Jones. With a real Eddie Jones response to that one. I imagine there will be a few beers had. The big question now is, though, because Eddie confirmed leading into this match, Peter, that he hasn't been approached by Rugby Australia as yet. How do they approach this? And do you think he, with a bit of deflection last night, is actually considering coming back to Australia?
I suspect Rugby Australia's done the deal with at least a handshake, if not a contract, with the New Zealander, Rennie, I think it is. My point, like the hunger of the Australian rugby community, you look at Eddie Jones, I mean, what he's accomplished is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Absolutely extraordinary.
He loses one.
And how they don't even make a call to Eddie Jones to say, listen, we're not making any offer, but just if we did offer, would you consider it? That's got to be a good start.
Oh, it feels like he was underappreciated when he was the Wallabies coach.
Look, Eddie is as intense as they come. I mean, he was driving people mad because he's so intense. Nevertheless, the accomplishments that to coach that Japanese side 4 years ago, to beat South Africa, was extraordinary. The way that English side played in a World Cup semi-final against the All Blacks, extraordinary. The person I want to give a real bouquet to, for what it's worth, that South African captain,
Sia Khaleesi.
Sia Khaleesi, the way, the grace, the humility with which he spoke. And this guy was born one day before apartheid was repealed in South Africa. He grew up in a township. He lost his teenage mother early, raised by a grandmother. He comes out, first black man to lift the World Cup as a captain. He was just, last night he was so inspirational. I mean, the world of rugby has a new pin-up and it's him. He was wonderful.
Terrific story. And there's a story that he watched the 95 World Cup final. They didn't have a TV in their house, so they had to go to a local tavern to try and watch it. So the whole family traipsed off. And here he is all these years later holding the trophy up.
I'll just say one more thing. The background is apartheid. Okay, so there was 27 years of sanctions against South Africa. And in the side that won the World Cup in 95, there was Mandela and there was Chester Williams. How far they have come to have a black captain with a team where nobody's counting how many whites or blacks or whatever, but to have somebody born in the townships. And that's the thing with South Africa. You know, they used to live off 20% of the population only got to be in the Springboks. Now they've got all of South Africa, and how inspirational that'll be for the entire country.
Geez, I'm glad you've taken that bandana off, because I think it's been affecting you. You're so much nicer.
I'm getting more blood to the brain.
It must be.
Who would have thought it?